In the opening moments of the show, the atmosphere was warm and inviting. Kelly Clarkson, seated in her trademark armchair, welcomed Channing Tatum with her usual smile and effusive praise. The audience applauded, lights softly fading in. Kelly asked about his latest projects, about balancing family and work, and asked him about his meditation habits. Channing responded lightly, joking about playing Lego with his kids. All seemed smooth sailing. But about 10 minutes into their conversation, Kelly asked a question that caused Channing's expression to shift. She inquired about a rumored falling out between him and a former collaborator. He paused, his tone edged. The audience murmured. Kelly tried to clarify, but Channing sharply said the speculation was baseless, admonishing media distortion. The energy in the studio changed. Kelly, taken slightly aback, backpedaled, saying she simply wanted clarity. She emphasized that she respected his privacy and only hoped to address rumors calmly. But Channing's voice rose. He accused the press of twisting his words, complained of constant invasive narratives, and insisted the rumors hurt his family. The audience hush fell. The warm opening gave way to tension. Kelly attempted to steer things back to lighter topics, upcoming film promotions, charity work, future plans. She smiled, reaching out conversationally. Channing, however, continued in a terse tone, claiming Kelly's framing sounded more like an ambush than interview. He said he didn't sign up for this line of questioning. Kelly insisted it was fair game, but the friction was rising. The off-camera production team exchanged worried glances. The host's assistants whispered cues, and the director's headset crackled. Kelly, visibly nervous, apologized mid-question, saying she didn't intend to provoke discomfort. The audience tensed. Channing's jaw tightened, and he shifted in his seat. Kelly's next question hung in the air, as though everyone was waiting for him to snap or walk. Then, in a moment frozen in silence, Channing stood up abruptly. He said simply, "I'm sorry, I can't continue this," and walked toward the stage exit. The instruments paused. Applause died. Kelly gasped. The crew froze. The audience erupted in shocked whispers and a few murmured gasps. The cameras cut briefly to commercial. The tension was electric. When the camera returned, Kelly stood mid-stage, her face a mixture of disbelief and composure. She addressed the audience. "I'm sorry about that interruption. We'll try to regroup." She glanced backstage. A hesitant stagehand approached. Kelly tried to salvage the moment, attempting small talk with the audience, but the previous momentum had shattered. Meanwhile, backstage, Channing conversed with producers through a door. Murmurs suggested heated words were exchanged. Some crew members speculated whether security intervened. Others whispered that Channing demanded the segment stop entirely, citing disrespect. The stagehands shared worried looks. Kelly's producers huddled, trying to decide whether to bring him back or pivot the show. Back in the studio, Kelly, recovering her poise, took an impromptu break. She asked the band to play some filler music, invited the audience to stretch, and walked to a side of the stage. She spoke softly with her co-producers, then returned to the microphone, apologizing sincerely for the technical difficulty and unplanned exit. She promised the show would move forward. After a brief interlude, Kelly addressed the audience again, more firmly. She explained that sometimes interviews evolve unpredictably, that respect is crucial, and that she hoped viewers would understand. She pivoted to an alternate guest, a singer who began performing. The audience applauded, grateful for the shift. But the air still pulsed with the earlier confrontation's echo. In the green room, Channing sat quietly, flanked by his publicist and a show executive. He was calm but resolute. He declared that certain boundaries were crossed in the line of questioning, that he felt cornered by speculation. He said he hoped to address rumors on his own terms, not under live pressure. He declined to re-enter the interview segment. Kelly's producers debated cutting the episode short or inserting filler segments. They opted for guest performances, a viewer Q&A, and a pre-recorded cooking segment to pad time. Kelly tried to re-engage with the audience, telling personal anecdotes and encouraging laughter to diffuse tension. The mood slowly lightened, though traces of awkwardness remained. Moments before closing credits, Kelly addressed the Channing incident. She expressed regret the conversation derailed, reaffirmed respect for her interviewees, and acknowledged the unpredictable nature of live TV. She asked viewers for grace, and promised to follow up. She saluted the guest performers, thanked the crew, and the show ended on a gentle note. In the days after airing, social media exploded. Clips of Channing standing and walking off trended. Viewers picked sides as some supported him for standing up to invasive speculation. Others felt Kelly was just doing her job. Talk shows debated whether hosts should shy from tough topics. Entertainment blogs speculated on behind-the-scenes tensions. The narrative caught fire. Kelly Clarkson addressed the fallout in follow-up interviews. She insisted she meant no harm, that she regretted the confrontation, and acknowledged maybe she misread signals mid-interview. She said she respected Channing's right to set boundaries. Some fans praised her sincerity, others criticized her approach. She maintained professionalism amid pressure. Channing Tatum's team released a statement. He appreciated past alliances, but wouldn't endure what he saw as sensationalized pressure in public settings. They clarified that no further confrontation was intended, only that he chose to leave. They thanked fans for support and asked media to respect his space. The statement diffused some speculation. Media pundits analyzed the incident. Was it a PR stunt or genuine conflict? Some said the show ran a risky question. Others felt actors should expect probing. The debate touched on ethics in talk shows, boundaries, and respect for guest autonomy. Some compared it to past walkouts by public figures in tense interviews. The story became a case study in entertainment journalism. Fan forums lit up. Some defended Channing's choice, applauding him for refusing humiliation. Others regretted the break in the conversation, feeling Kelly should have anticipated the sensitivity. Some fans even demanded the uncut footage be released. The incident fueled speculation over future appearances and whether this would hinder Kelly's ability to book big names. Weeks later, both Kelly and Channing appeared separately on other platforms, each asked about the incident. Kelly expressed desire to clear the air. Channing emphasized the importance of consent and conversation. Neither wanted prolonged conflict. A mutual understanding seemed to emerge behind scenes. Although tensions had aired, both sought to move forward professionally. In final reflection, this dramatic confrontation on live television underscored the fragility of talk show dynamics. The balance between pressing questions and guest comfort is delicate. What began as a cordial interview flirted with controversy and ended with the public exit. The incident would be dissected for months. A reminder that in media, one misstep can reshape narratives. After the televised drama, the production team faced a flood of messages from viewers demanding clarity. Emails, social media tags, and comment sections overflowed. The show's producers met in a late-night meeting, reviewing audience feedback and potential damage to the brand. While some executives suggested ignoring the controversy, others argued that transparency could restore trust and even boost ratings if handled wisely and empathetically. The following week, Kelly Clarkson returned to her set with a composed smile but visible caution in her tone. Her opening monologue addressed the storm without naming Channing directly. She spoke about respecting emotional boundaries, the pressure of live interviews, and the unpredictability of human interaction. Her words were both humble and strong, striking a balance between apology and self-respect. The audience responded warmly, easing her visible tension. Meanwhile, Channing Tatum chose silence. He declined new interviews, cancelled one magazine feature, and focused on his upcoming film. His team released quiet updates on social media showing behind-the-scenes moments from his movie set, subtly shifting attention away from the controversy. Fans noticed his silence was not anger but a retreat toward professionalism. It became his quiet statement without words, earning him both empathy and admiration. Within media circles, speculation brewed about whether the entire confrontation had been exaggerated in editing. Some sources claimed producers cut certain frames, possibly intensifying the drama. Others countered that the footage was raw and unaltered. A few behind-the-scenes crew anonymously told entertainment blogs that tensions were real but not hostile, simply human emotion amplified by the pressure of live television and millions of watching eyes. Late-night comedians and online commentators used the incident as fuel for humor. Memes circulated of Channing's dramatic walk-off, edited with overly intense music or slow-motion effects. While many laughed, Some argued it trivialized the genuine discomfort both parties felt. The incident blurred lines between entertainment and empathy, raising new debates about audience responsibility in spreading viral content born from awkward real-life exchanges. Privately, Kelly reached out to Channing through mutual contacts. She left a polite message acknowledging regret and wishing him well. Insiders say he responded cordially but briefly, expressing gratitude and closure. Though they didn't plan a public reconciliation, both seemed intent on letting time cool tempers. Producers from both sides later hinted at potential collaboration in the future, though under stricter communication boundaries and mutual respect. The ratings for that controversial episode broke previous records. The clip spread globally, racking up millions of views. Ironically, the tension that threatened to tarnish Kelly's show instead gave it massive exposure. Viewership spiked in following weeks as audiences tuned in to see how she would handle future interviews. Even advertisers reported higher engagement, proving controversy, though risky, could magnetize attention like few other events. Media psychologists weighed in on the event in professional columns. They described it as an example of emotional contagion, how one person's discomfort spreads instantly across a crowd. They noted how Kelly's attempt to manage calmness while visibly flustered created tension that viewers could feel through screens. Channing's instinct to leave was equally relatable, representing self-preservation when emotional control feels lost in public arenas. Fans began requesting that Kelly invite Channing again for a reunion episode. Online petitions appeared, urging reconciliation to restore positive energy. Hashtags like #KellyandChanning Peace trended for days. While producers considered the PR potential, both teams hesitated, wary of reopening emotional wounds. Still, the shared desire from fans demonstrated the public's fascination with redemption arcs and heartfelt apologies broadcast live for closure. As weeks turned into months, both stars moved forward successfully. Kelly's show maintained its charm, now adding disclaimers for sensitive topics. She introduced the guest comfort clause, giving interviewees veto power over unexpected questions. This innovation gained praise from other TV hosts. Channing completed his film, attending premieres with grace, his earlier tension replaced by renewed confidence and a focus on artistic authenticity. Entertainment journalists began writing retrospective think pieces titled "The Walk-Off That Changed Daytime TV." They highlighted how the event influenced production ethics. Networks quietly reviewed their own talk show policies, ensuring guests were pre-briefed on potentially emotional questions. Some credited Kelly's professionalism in handling this fallout, while others admired Channing's boundary setting as a modern example of emotional awareness in media. Behind closed doors, executives noted the lesson learned: authenticity sells, but respect sustains. They realized that even unplanned conflicts can transform into opportunities for growth. A once awkward moment became a catalyst for redefining the relationships between hosts and celebrities. Writers later described it as the moment daytime television became more human, where vulnerability replaced glossy perfection and viewers saw honesty rather than performance. Months later, during an award ceremony, Kelly and Channing crossed paths backstage. According to witnesses, their greeting was polite, even warm. A brief hug replaced what once was friction. Cameras caught glimpses of them laughing briefly, their body language easy and genuine. Fans online rejoiced. That short interaction became symbolic, not dramatic like the confrontation, but quietly powerful, showing maturity over spectacle. Following their reconciliation, rumors surfaced that Kelly might appear in a cameo in Channing's upcoming project. Neither confirmed nor denied it. Entertainment outlets buzzed about potential collaborations. Both camps, however, prioritized keeping personal peace over publicity stunts. The lesson learned from the incident was clear: boundaries respected can rebuild bridges more solid than any public apology ever could. As new guests came to Kelly's show, many referenced the infamous episode jokingly. Some even teased that they'd behave better than Channing did. Kelly responded with humor, proving she had moved on gracefully. Her ability to turn past awkwardness into laughter showed her resilience. She often reminded viewers that mistakes make shows memorable, but forgiveness makes them meaningful in the long run. Online documentaries began summarizing the Kelly-Channing tension, Analyzing body language frame by frame, experts dissected Channing's hand gestures, Kelly's tone, and the director's signals. Audiences watched with fascination, as if studying a movie scene. This new level of public analysis reflected society's obsession with real-time emotions, blurring entertainment and psychology, and turning spontaneous discomfort into cultural study material. Channing eventually addressed the incident briefly in a podcast. He spoke calmly, saying, "It was a rough day. I was tired, the question hit a nerve, and I reacted." Kelly didn't deserve the brunt of that. His admission surprised fans with honesty. The host thanked him for being open, and the clip went viral again, at this time with positive captions about accountability and emotional intelligence. After hearing Channing's podcast, Kelly posted a heartfelt comment saying she appreciated his kindness and that she'd learned from it too. Their interaction reignited online goodwill. Fans commented that it felt like closure, a full-circle moment. It reminded everyone that celebrities, despite fame, deal with the same emotional reflexes ordinary people do: defensiveness, regret, and the ability to forgive. Eventually, the entire event faded into legend among talk show stories, mentioned alongside other viral TV moments. Yet, unlike scandals that linger with bitterness, this one evolved into a tale of humility. Both stars came out with stronger reputations for authenticity. What once was tension became testimony to growth. It demonstrated that even televised confrontation can transform into mutual respect and wisdom. Years later, retrospectives still recall the day Channing walked off Kelly's show not as a meltdown, but as a turning point in celebrity culture. It reminded the entertainment world that authenticity sometimes comes with friction, and respect can emerge from conflict. In the end, both Kelly Clarkson and Channing Tatum proved that professionalism isn't perfection, it's the courage to own mistakes, forgive, and move forward in grace.